It's Deprogram, the podcast where we try to get you into a band. Today's band is Minus the Bear, and hard work does indeed work. The app may not be up and running currently, but it will. Coach Joe's going to get you where you need to go. But another app that you could download is the Patreon app, for where $1 American, patreon.com/ohhijustin, you can support me and all the madness that I'm getting into, which does include early access to Deprogrammed, most of the podcasts that I do, and it also includes the Oh Hi Justin daily podcast, $1 American. It helps me out a great deal, and it keeps me moving, so I appreciate that. Thank you for even considering it. Thank you before you even do it. Thanks. So again, today's band is Minus the Bear, and Ryan, you're the one who put Minus the Bear on the board. So walk me through this. What is it why are we talking about Minus the Bear today?
So I'd say Minus the Bear, they probably fall in my top 10 or top 15 bands of all time for me. When I had first heard them was probably around 2005 when the album Menos El Oso came out. And I was 16 at the time, so put yourself into a 16-year-old shoes and you hear something that you've never heard before, just mathy fretboard tapping, some tight grooves, fast in your face rock drums, the almost sampling aspect of the guitar, like the live looping, almost like a DJ aspect. And it was just a huge album for me. I was just so impressionable at that age, and I had so many friends that I met from liking that band that I just fell in love with them probably right around that time, 2005. And I think they're a great band. They have their own sound, and at the time I hadn't heard anything like that, so I had to throw it up on the list.
So it was brand new, and I mean, it took a little bit, but before long, my dear friend John, yet another John, so you'll be John M here, because there's John F, there's John A, and now John M. Your first time joining the show, John, I know a lot of your bands. I did not realize Minus the Bear was one of your bands, so walk me through it.
So same kind of thing. It was 2004. Highly Refined Pirates was the first album that I had heard, and Josh actually introduced me to them, which was weird because obviously he listens to people banging pots and pans together mostly and screaming into the microphone.
Yeah.
But he turned me on to them, and I just fell in love with that first album. And then through 2005 and following their some of the releases after that. I mean, it's just, they're so unique in my opinion. And, people try to kind of put them in a box of, they're like this band. And I always disagree. I mean, it's just, I'm always happy to listen to their music. It's great. And hopefully you shared that same experience.
It is rare that I dislike a band that we do on the show. That comes with age. There's times where there was a time in my life where this may not have been my favorite week. I'll say that. But I really did enjoy Minus the Bear. A lot of the things that Ryan was talking about, like the tight grooves, the aspect of a lot of it comes down to the guitars. Like I got a very starry feeling. Like a lot of times I found myself thinking about like looking up at a night star. And while I don't feel like it's necessarily like a space concept here, the night sky is what I kept coming back to. That's the feeling I kept getting, like, is just enjoying a night sky while you're listening to some tight grooves. And I initially, one of the things I thought is it gave me a jam band feel, but then like as I dissected it, it wasn't quite that. It was like a dancey feel, especially like in the later stuff. Like that could, if you say that about the wrong band, somebody's gonna look at you funny. But like there is definitely like a dance aspect, and maybe it is kind of like that hippie dance, but like I wouldn't quite put it as jam band, and I wouldn't necessarily call them dance music. So they're somewhere in between.
I agree. And I don't know if the term hipster was around back then, but, whenever I listen to a lot of their songs, you're like, I'm on the beach, I'm having some drinks, there's a party with a bunch of, friends around, and it's just, I don't know, it takes me kind of back to that. And some of these tied to very specific experiences, through my travels throughout the world and everything when I was listening to the song in a certain area. And so I always kind of think about that when I listen to these songs. And it made me very biased when I was making this list.
So let's jump it over to Ryan. So I get the feeling that this was not an easy list for any of us. So Ryan, what was it like putting the 20 together for you?
Well, let me just touch on something that he just mentioned.
Okay.
While I do love this band, I think they have some pretty terrible lyrics if you really break it down. They have great song titles, some funny song titles, but most of their lyrics kind of just revolve around drinking, drugs, sex, and beaches and shorelines. It's pretty funny.
Yes.
It's fair enough.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that too, because I have one of the songs on my list. I was actually going to say something along that line where it's like the lyrics make no sense, but the song is great. I don't know why.
But those lyrics are just ingrained in my brain, and I love it.
Well, that makes me feel good because I never got around to the lyrics with this band, so I don't.
Oh, did you? I knew you're usually kind of like a lyrics guy. If you were to pick apart some of it, you would just be shaking your head.
Yeah.
So what was it like putting your 20 together then, Ryan?
It was tough. I've probably done 5 or 6 of these now. This is definitely by far my favorite band that I've done. So my first pull almost had close to 40 songs. Mm-hmm. Again, I might be biased towards some earlier material. I do think the end of their discography fell off pretty hard. They just went almost a completely different style. They kind of went away from the fretboard tapping and that kind of stuff. So, but I still tried to include some of the later things in my list. But yeah, I was still narrowing it down up until an hour ago.
Okay, so I believe, John, you have a similar story. This is your first list. What was it like putting it together?
It is, and we kind of talked about this before. I wish I would have picked a band that I hadn't heard before. Maybe it would have been a little bit and maybe I'm completely wrong because I haven't done that either. But man, when you originally said, 20 songs, I'm like, man, cool, that'll be easy. And then once you get down to, like you said, the 40 mark or the 30 mark, it just becomes so difficult.
Yeah, because every cut feels like, yeah, but what if person X has that, or or I just really like this one and I really would like to have it around.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned to you guys I had like 46 on my first pass. I think that's right. That seems to be like the going rate lately for me on my first pass, and so my second time through was a little bit easier to make cuts because, as I mentioned before, like I love that starry feeling that I was getting from them. And in the later work, they don't go there often. So I was like, okay, like if this starry stuff makes me feel good, then I should be looking for that. And I just found myself, okay, so this doesn't have that, this doesn't have that, and just cutting and not looking back. And even as it was, I still needed a third and fourth time through because I had cut it down from 46 to 26 and then 26 to 22. And then I was like, okay, I got to get these last two. And I did that yesterday and I was like, all right. And I haven't looked at it since. I was listening to them just before you got here, John. I was listening. I got halfway through my list, but just for a refresher. But this is a really good band and they were completely off my radar. I'd heard the name before, but they were completely off my radar. So that being said, the name of the game is Deprogrammed, and we have each combed through the Minus the Bear discography, plucked out 20 songs that we're now going to mash against each other in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for you, in case you are like me and have never heard Minus the Bear before. I don't know where to start. I will say that is the biggest thing here, is I really don't know where to start. And as a matter of fact, you know what? I'm just going to start right at the top, right at the beginning. I feel like this was a very good indicator of what was to come. I love the name. I think you mentioned, Ryan, that the names of the songs, like, these are funny, and that will get me a lot farther than it should. But hey, want to throw up? Get Me Naked.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna have a lot of these from me today. Oh, that song's so good. So
That's right.
Be prepared for that.
And that's the first song from their first album.
Yeah.
and it's a great song, man.
Yeah. So what we do now is on the unanimous is we get to play a little bit of it. But I thought that this was just not only a great tone setter to the album, but just a great tone setter of what the band is. And
Yep.
if you want,
Perfect. You get that math rock vibe right off the bat.
Yep.
and if you want to understand what they are, well, what better way than pushing play on the first album? And the first track, within seconds, you're like, "Oh, this is what they do."
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in. And I mean, it's not to say every band doesn't do that as far as setting the tone for what they are, but to be here on their first song on their first record, word,
Amen.
I'm in. So, all right, we got one. While we get to listen to a few more of those, let me slide that on over here. Hey, want to throw up, get me naked. That just, it really made me laugh.
Oh, and I probably should have mentioned this before when you were asking for opinions before we got into the list here. But one of the other things that is cool about this band, if you listen to the first few albums especially, they have like 30-minute kind of intermissions of them jamming. You'll have a full-length song, and then there's like a 30-second instrumental thing, and it's really cool and really unique to Minus the Bear.
See, and that's why initially, like, I was getting that jam band feel. And then I realized it's not quite jam band because they don't go off in these nonsensical where they've completely lost me because
Yeah.
they've done it for 20 minutes.
Everybody solo, yeah.
But they walked that line pretty well. All right, so we got one. We got one, gents. All right, we are going to move on over to Ryan.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to Highly Refined Pirates and kind of stay in that same area here, and I'm gonna go with Get Me Naked 2, Electric Boogaloo.
I don't have it.
I definitely have that song because it is a
Nice.
great song. 2 for 2.
So that one goes into conversation because I didn't. But, and here's what, this has been a rough month and a half for me because all the bands that I've done, I don't necessarily have answers for why I cut something, which I hate. I love, especially when both the other panelists have it. It's like, well, this is why I cut it. I don't have one. I don't have a reason. Sorry, guys. I have nothing here. All right, John?
I'm going to go back to the first album here, and Pantsuit. Oh,
Yes.
I don't have that,
Okay.
but it's a great song.
All right. Well, it goes to the conversation. They got me with pantsuit. I saw the word pantsuit. I was like, okay, let's see what this one's about. Play. Okay.
Honestly, I'm surprised. That's not one that I would think both you guys would match on.
No, what's funny is it was at the very, very, very bottom of my list. When I listened to it today, I was like, maybe I could grab something else. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do that to myself. It's already on my list. I'm leaving it. So, all right. We are doing swell here, though. We're doing swell. One time through, and I'm going to go right back up to the top of my list here. This is track 2. Lemurs, man. Lemurs.
Hell yes.
absolutely on my list.
Nice.
Another great song.
But again, like, it just kind of continues. Another thing I found is it's rare where a band can, especially, it's rare that a band can basically make a second song an interlude, but still be a song on its own.
Yeah.
And they do that all the damn time, which is why I think it was hard to make the cuts, because, like, to me, this was very much a continuation of Hey, Want to Throw Up, but it's also, like, when I listened to it on its own, I was like, no, but it stands on its own 2 feet. So it's rare that you come across that, and Lemurs, man. Lemurs.
Again, something I mentioned, if you look at the lyrical content of that song, it's basically just about some chick rolling up a cigarette.
That's right.
Cool. Well, then why name it Lemurs, man?
Yeah.
All right. All right, we got another one in. All right, Ryan?
Okay. I'm going to go with track 1 off Menocel Oso, The Game Needed Me.
I don't have it.
That was a painful last minute cut for me.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that hurts.
I get the feeling that's going to be said a lot once we get through.
Yes, it will.
All right, so we no longer call it the trash. Fredo made fun of me for this, but I got tired of hurting people's feelings by putting the songs they like in the trash. So now it's called Not Listed.
Nice.
All right, John.
All right, so I'll stay along the same kind of theme and album, but Pachuca Sunrise.
No,
Oh no, Justin.
I don't have it. Nope.
How dare you, Justin?
Oh, I didn't put it on there because I thought that was a guaranteed.
Well, it only
holy
was for
shit.
me.
Oh,
That
You know
song.
You know what? I'll back you on that. I'll take another one out. That
Oh.
song can't not be in the list.
It has to be, man. And when I heard that song, I was actually in the Middle East. I was on a ship, so I'd be out in the middle of the night on the watch, and that song would play, and it was just, man, beautiful song.
I think that might be their best song.
It might be.
Interesting.
It may be.
So I wonder what it.
It's probably their most popular, I would say.
So I don't know. When I go back and listen to it, I'll be like, oh yeah, okay. But this is one of those times where it's like, I wish I had a reason.
Yep, you got no reason.
I don't remember. I don't remember why I cut it. Okay. How about, you know what? This is kind of a spoiler because I was playing it. How about Spritz?
Oh yeah.
I did not have that one.
Oh, you pulled the
It
fake
kinda
on
hit-
me.
It kind of
Yeah.
hit you right in the face with that one right at the beginning.
Yeah. All right. So John did not, but it goes into the conversation. Spritz. Move it over there. All right, Ryan.
Go back to Highly Refined Pirates. Absinthe Party at the Fly Honey Warehouse.
Yes.
All day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think that might have been the first song I heard by them.
All right. Let's see.
And also something we didn't mention, they have 2 acoustic albums, and they kind of do a reworked version of that song. And if you like their music, they do a great job on the acoustic albums.
This would be very interesting to hear acoustic, like this style.
Yeah.
I'd very
Yeah, it's definitely
curious.
slowed down more for sure.
Yeah. Now, do not listen to their techno or whatever that trash album was where they remixed a bunch of songs.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever listened to that.
It is absolutely terrible.
This is a slow burner. I forgot. I want to kind of get into the meat before we go on. Here, let's give a little of that. There we go. I like a nice slow burner. All right. So Absinthe Party was Ryan. John, it is your turn.
All right, I'll stay on Highly Refined Pirates and Monkey Knife Fight.
No.
No, I don't have that.
That definitely made my first cut, though, for sure. All right. Let's see. Absinthe Party goes over here. And this one goes into the not listed. See, doesn't that feel much less abrasive than me calling your song trash?
Trash pile.
All right. I couldn't get away from this one, and I think, if I'm remembering correctly, this one was one of those starry songs. Drilling.
Yes, I have that.
I love that song, but it was a late cut for me.
Okay. Goes into the conversation, though. Drilling. All right, Ryan?
Well, we haven't touched this album yet, and I probably would say it's the peak of their songwriting, Planet of Ice. I'm gonna go with the first track, Barry and Luck.
No.
I definitely have that one
All
on my
right.
list.
Wow. I mean, we only have the 3 unanimous, but we also only have the 2 complete misses. This is great. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, and we are almost out of NTP as well. I'm into it. All right, John.
I am going to throw this one out there, and I love the song, but The Pig War.
No, but that's a great song.
No, I don't have that one either. I guess I opened my big mouth.
Yeah, another one for the trash.
Hey, it's not the trash anymore.
It's not listed. It's not listed.
It's not listed as the trash any longer.
All right, so we're back to me, huh? How about Dr. Elling? Dr. Lilling?
I don't have that.
I do not have that one either.
Okay.
I'm
Good.
assuming that has something to do or some reference to that song "Drilling" on the album before it.
Oh, you know what? Now that I look
Yeah.
at it, yeah, probably. I didn't even think about that. Okay. Ryan.
All right, I'm gonna throw this one out there. It's gonna hurt if you guys don't match me on it. It's probably one of my favorite songs.
Oh, no.
The last track on Menos El Oso, "This Ain't a Surfing Movie."
I don't have that.
Ryan, I hate to tell you this, man, but I definitely have that song.
Hey.
It is.
Hell yes.
It is a wonderful
It
song.
very well might be my favorite Minus the Bear song. There's such a vibe to it. It's a great album closer. Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, there was no way I was taking that one off the list.
Is that one kind of long? Because that might have been my reason. Again, I was looking for whatever reason to get rid of stuff. It made my first pass. I know that for
It's
sure.
a little bit. It kind of starts with a slow groove. Eventually picks up and has this almost like behind the beat guitar riff. It's kind of like almost glitchy sounding, and then they hit you with a big time heavy riff. Oh, I absolutely love that song.
All right. Well, it's in the conversation, and we are officially out of NTP. So, worst case scenario, everything we got is in at this point. All right, John.
All right, this one's a reach, and I originally maybe wouldn't have put this on the list, but listening to their albums again from Planet of Ice, the Ice Monster.
No,
I do love that song, but I don't have it.
nor do I. You're playing perfectly, John, though, because that's exactly where you start tossing those ones out.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly where you do it, where it doesn't hurt anymore. Let me go back to Menos El Oso. How about Memphis in 53rd? Ooh, the silence. It's deafening.
Great song, but I didn't put it on my list.
Same thing.
Okay.
That one was a tough one. I battled with that one.
All right.
Yeah. I'm going to stop saying great song. Let's just assume that all the songs we are talking about are
Yeah,
great.
I don't know
So,
if I can, but I'll try.
All right. Ryan?
All right, back to Planet of Ice. White Mystery.
No.
I don't have that one either.
That's a tough one.
It is, yeah.
Definitely a little slower, but if you're ever interested, definitely try and find a live YouTube video.
Oh.
I touched on it earlier. Their guitar player, he has these. They're called the Line 6 DL4. He has about 4 of them on his board, and he'll just start doing live loops, and he's basically playing pedals at that point. It's really interesting, and as a gear nerd, I used to love watching them play that song live.
Playing pedals can be like awesome though if you're good at it. Like
Yeah,
I'm-
he's very good. It's hard to do a live loop because if it's out of sync,
yeah,
you're screwed.
completely. So, all right, John.
This is one from their album Infinity Overhead and Steel and Blood.
Yeah, I have that one.
Nope.
All right, and we officially have a conversation though. That was one of the better songs on that album. I don't have a lot from that one.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of those last 2 albums we had on the list. It's hard for me to. I tried to pick a couple.
If I'm being honest, I'll tell you, I have three from both, like combined.
Yeah, two for me. So
So I have two from one of them, one from the other. So yeah.
All
All right. So that one gets into the conversation. I keep looking at this one. How about let's go to beer commercials. Fine, 2 points.
Yes, I have that.
I took that one off, but I love that song.
Okay. All right. Goes to the conversation. So I need to scroll up. All right, Ryan.
All right, I'm going to start rattling off some Planet of Ice here, see if we can match on something. How about Nights?
Yes.
I love that song, and I did not put it on my list. See, I'm kicking myself for putting the later album stuff on there now.
Yeah, I usually try to go with album representation, but I feel like those last two albums is almost a drastic change to their sound. Not a lot of that fretboard tapping kind
Yeah.
of stuff that you hear in the earlier material.
They matured.
And
Yep.
I feel like they leaned heavy on the dance in the back. That's why I like
Yeah.
Steel and Blood, was because it was
Yeah.
more of a rocker
Mhm.
as opposed to like the dance feel. Not that I disliked the dance feeling, but like it just didn't
No,
match up with
They
what.
can do it well enough, but it's not what I associate with them, right off the bat.
And specifically, with this show, we're trying to turn people on. Why would we turn anyway? We're not going to direct you to, hey, this is the one that doesn't really sound like them. Okay. So let's see. Find 2 points was me, right? So Nights was Ryan.
Yes, nice.
So we're over to John.
I'm gonna again go back to Infinity Overhead here and Diamond Lightning.
No.
No, I don't have that, but I really like the version they do on the acoustic album.
I'm gonna have to put that on the list because I'm very curious as to how this stuff plays out acoustic. All right, so we're back to me, huh? All right, I'm gonna stay on beer commercials. Let's play Clowns.
No, I don't have that.
Not on my list either, Justin. Sorry.
Okay. Right. What do I know? Nothing really. All right, Ryan.
Staying on Planet of Ice here. When We Escape.
Yes.
Nice.
Not on mine. Planet of Ice, they have some really good songs, but I don't know that it is my favorite from them, which could be
Really?
blasphemous. But yeah, I mean,
That's tough for me. Again, the age I was at, 16 when Menos Celoso came out, 18 when Planet of Ice came out. I just thought we talked about their maturity. I thought they matured a lot between Menos Celoso and Planet of Ice. And I personally think Planet of Ice might be their best record. And then, you know where we go from there.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
dancey stuff.
that's a hot take.
It is. I mean,
Yeah.
I just think it's almost a prog album at certain points with some of these songs.
Yeah, I definitely got a prog. I think that might be the better way to describe what I was trying to say earlier. So, All right, John.
I'm gonna jump over to Voids and Last Kiss.
No.
No, but it is one of the few songs I like on that album.
And that's the one that
First track, right?
I believe so. Yes, and that's the one where I also told you the lyrics make absolutely no sense, but the chorus is great, and obviously the music is great.
Yeah, I mean, most of we've said it already. Their lyrics are nonsense, but he sings it with a great pop hook, so it gets stuck in your head.
Yep. All right, so we're back to me. I'm gonna blast out my only one from Voids since we're there. Invisible. The silence.
It made my list. but
Wow!
it's crossed off.
Oh, did you drop it for the one John had earlier?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
It was a kind of a late cut. That's one of the few on that album that I think sounds like older Minus the Bear.
Which is exactly why I kept it. Yep.
I agree, and I kept that on my list.
Hey!
So it's in the
Okay, cool.
conversation.
All right. All right. Save. All right. Invisible. All right, Ryan.
All right, my last one from Planet of Ice, Double Vision Quest.
As I pulled in the driveway, that was the last one that I took off the list.
No way.
That is a great song. Yeah, literally. I was at 21 until I asked if I could park in your driveway.
So, I mean, here, take some solace in this, although this will probably hurt worse, is it was either 22 or 21 for me, too. It was one of the ones I took off yesterday.
All right.
So it was close. All right. So we are over to John.
All right, these ones it's one of those things I didn't necessarily want them on my list, but they're good songs, and I wanted to give the album some love. So this is from Omni, Excuses.
Yes, I have excuses.
Oh, I like that song though. It's not on my list.
All right, goes over.
Omni's weird. I kind of came around to it because after Planet of Ice, I thought it was a big, a drastic change in their sound, but and I kind of hated it at first, but there's definitely some good tunes on there.
It's funny because I don't know that I necessarily felt the same way because I grew with the band in the course of about a week and a half. So when I first heard Omni, I was like, no thanks. No. And the good thing about Omni is it softened me up for the albums that followed, where I could see if you're a fan of the band, Omni would be like, no thanks, and then everything after that you're like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah.
So
That's me exactly to a T.
all right, so let's see. Excuses was John, right? So we're back around to me, and I'm down to my last 5. So we'll go one more round, and then we'll just clear them out. Sound like a plan? And
Yep.
Here's one that I kept in. It's a great tune, but I couldn't bring myself to cut it because of the name, and it makes me think of C-Lab 2021. And if you knew me and DJ at all in like 2002, probably, it was all we would say. Houston, we have Uh-Oh.
Oh, damn. I don't have that, but that's a good song.
I have it on mine.
Hey! So, we have Uh-Oh over. Just the amount of times that we played that dumb bit from C-Lab. All right, but it makes the conversation. We have a hell of a conversation coming up here, gents. Like, this is going to be a monster. All right, Ryan?
Gonna go with Hooray of Menos Celoso.
No.
I cut that one also. Great song. Again, I need to stop saying that, but it is.
All right, John?
I'm going to jump back to Omni, and this one's a reach, but My Time.
No.
No, I don't have it.
That does make me think of Triple H. My time is coming. All right, I'll just clear out what I got left. I got 4 here. So I got Just Kicking It Like a Wild Donkey.
I have that.
Hey, conversation. Thanks for the killer game of Crisco Twister.
No, but I do love that song.
That is a great song. Both of those are good. I didn't have them on mine.
Michio's Death Drive.
Oh, another good one.
Another great one.
All right. And then Lies and Eyes.
No.
I like that song a lot, and it hurt me to cut it, but that was also a last-minute cut.
That was one of those ones, because which one was that? Infinity Overhead.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the ones that kind of reminded me of the earlier stuff. So, all right. So we nabbed one more from that, Kicking It Like a Wild Donkey, right? All right. Ryan, clear out what you got.
Oh, you want me to clear them out? All right. I lost all my money at the cockfights.
Love that.
Let's play guitar in a 5-guitar band.
God, I love that. That one
Yeah,
was like
great song title, great outro track as well. And hold on, let me look through. The only other one I have is Into the Mirror.
all right, John.
I've got only 2 left because you guys stole all the other ones. But
We're good.
hey, is that a ninja up there?
Oh, dude.
Good song.
And I'm totally not down with Rob's Alien.
Oh, that was a late cut for me too.
That's a great song. It makes me think that my buddy Rob has an alien, and I like thinking about
I
that.
bet you he does. I bet you Rob does have an alien. I'm gonna ask him later. Just Ninja was, if it was one of those last 6 for sure. Like, it may have been the other one in the last 20, like the last 2. So, all right though. How about this? I think I've got everything lined up correctly in the conversation. So we have unanimous. Hey, want to throw up? Get me naked. Lemurs, man. Lemurs. Absent party at the Fly Honey warehouse. In the conversation, we have Get Me Naked 2, The Electric Boogaloo. Pantsuit. Ugh. Pachuca Sunrise. Spritz Spritz, Drilling, This Ain't a Surfin' Movie, Fine, 2 points. Burying Luck, Just Kicking It Like a Wild Donkey, Nights, When We Escape, Stealin' Blood, Invisible, Excuses, Houston, We Have Uh-Oh. So let's see.
That is a conversation.
Yeah. 15 that we need to trim down to 7.
Well, I think we can get it down to 14 right away, and I mean, I think we all agree Pachuca Sunrise should be on the list.
Yeah, that's essential minus the bear.
All right, I'm with it. Let's do that, because you guys, as a matter of fact, Ryan was like, yeah, since Justin didn't have it, you made a last.
I thought that was an instant. I thought I was trying to play the game, hoping someone else had it, but
Yep.
definitely needs to be on there.
All right, so I'm with that. All right, so now we have only 6 spots remaining. How important do we think album representation is at this point?
Me personally, I don't think so. At least when it comes from the older albums. If I was to say, I mean, we already got 2 songs from This Is What I Know About Being Gigantic, so I'd be able to cut from that album.
So the 2 we have from there are Pantsuit and Just Kicking It Like a Wild Donkey.
Yeah, I would say, again, the album at this point probably doesn't matter, because if somebody listens to these top 10, they get hooked on the band, they listen to their old albums. I mean, they're going to eventually listen to the other albums, and then of course they can make their own opinions. But it's just my feeling on it. I think
we already have 3 songs through from the first 2 albums.
Yeah. So how do you feel about losing Pantsuit at this point? Putting it into the not listed category.
That's a tough one for me, because I really like that song.
All right, so we'll just come back to it.
Yeah.
Like, we won't lose it, but how do you feel about losing Kicking It Like a Wild Donkey, Ryan?
I'm fine with it.
All right, so
There's a couple other songs I want to fight for over that one.
Okay, so we'll keep Pantsuit in the conversation in case we need it. All right, so where do we want to look at next? Because we've got 1 through from Pirates, and we still have Get Me Naked 2 and Spritz Spritz from that album available. I know.
Love both of those songs.
I know.
I had to pick one. I'd probably say Spritz Spritz, because it hits you right in the face. I don't know if you can play a little clip of that one.
I sure could. Give me just a tick to find it on the list. Here we go. Yeah, it's like right in your face, like immediately.
Right from the beginning.
Sounds like them. You know what you're about to get. Perfect radio length, by the way, 303. Not that that necessarily matters in this conversation. And then a little bit of Get Me Naked too. So, like, again, if I'm going to put the 2 up against each other, I'm taking Spritz. Not only because I had it on a list, but because that right there, it's like immediate. There's no setup.
That was what I was thinking.
Yeah, you really can't go wrong with either one of those. So, and yeah, Spritz is a great song.
So let's take.
If you're trying to hook someone and they hit you with that right off the bat, and you've already liked a couple songs,
yeah,
I think you're gonna dig that one.
So let's take Spritz and lose Get Me Naked too. All right, so half of our list is done. So now let's pick ones that you want to fight for here. Unless you want to keep doing the album way.
I'll put my number 1 that's left on the list here would be This Ain't a Surfing Movie.
Okay. Now you guys had that. I don't know why that's not. I feel like it was.
Again,
know
it's
it.
a bit of a slow burner at the beginning, but it definitely picks up.
I don't think it's a problem to have a slow burner on the list. We also just want to make sure we don't have nothing but. I feel like this was.
It's such a great outro track.
It is, man. It would emotionally and physically scar me to not have this on the list.
Yes, I like you. We're gonna be best friends.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm with it. I don't. Let's do Surfing Movie. Now the question becomes, do we come back for drilling later, or do we just lose it now?
Oh man, I
I
think
can't say we could lose that. I mean, I know I was fluffing Planet of Ice earlier, but I mean, Menos might be a desert island album for me, so
yeah,
I couldn't cross that one out yet.
yeah. Let's leave that for now.
Okay, so we'll come back
That's
to
a
that.
good one.
So, is there one that's up here, John, that you would really? Because I mean, you've already said you would physically hurt if Surf and Movie wasn't in.
Yeah, that's just such a good song. And looking at the list, man, yeah, Houston, We Have a is just such a great song. Burying Luck is a great song. Steel and Blood, surprisingly, is one of those later album great songs. But man, this is tough, and I have no idea what direction to go in with that. But what do you think about Houston, Ryan?
Yeah, I was gonna say let's tackle the Beer Commercials album. I didn't have Houston, but I do like the song. I think we definitely need one from that album.
Okay,
If you guys want that, I'm not gonna fight you on it.
so let's put
Yeah.
Houston versus Fine 2 points against each other. Let me find the album in here. So this is Fine 2 points, which is apparently a track 1. Again, so this was the moment I go, this is where I picked up the dance stuff. I was like, this is a dance track.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, and so here's Houston.
Yeah, that the first notes are just
Yep,
That's Minus
Man.
the Bear.
gotta keep it.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
So let's go with Houston and lose Fine 2 points. All right, so does that put us at 7?
Man, we got a lot of
2, 4,
conversations
6,
left.
7. 7, yep. I think we need to address the elephant in the room here. How do we feel about these, including anything from the last couple records? From Omni to Infinity Overhead and Voids.
I
I'll
think
leave that up to you guys. I've already voiced my opinion on those albums. And
Yeah.
I think there's a few gems, but I don't think.
Can we
I don't know. There's a lot of good songs left on this list here.
I was gonna say,
Agreed.
Because if we only have 3 left, should one of them be one of these 3, John?
excuses should not. I would say, and maybe even Invisible, but I'd say Steel and Blood is a pretty strong song, man. And I think this is tough. I don't know.
So we'll drop those 2. We'll leave Steel and Blood for now. Let's work on this next record, Planet of Ice. We've
Yeah.
got 3 left
So-
from it.
So we should just put all 3 through and call it a day.
All right.
I mean, I had 2 of them. I mean,
that's my opinion, I guess. I would take any of those songs. I really do like When We Escape. I think that's a really good Minus the Bear song.
so let me cue those up real quick. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. So here's Nights. God, that is fucking good.
It is good.
I skipped Burying Luck. Here's Burying Luck. So this one takes a second to get to, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Another track 1 though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get to the meat. So sound-wise, we're right on par.
Mhm.
It just takes a second to get to, and then When We Escape. Yet again, I don't know why I do this.
Yeah. Right.
It doesn't help.
That
I
is
might
such
fight
a
for
good
this
song. Yeah.
This
That
song has such a vibe to it.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I would put that one on there for sure.
All right, so let's grab When We Escape.
A little bit of a slow burner too.
Mm-hmm. And that's nothing against Burying Luck and Nights. I mean, they're definitely awesome songs, also. But
Yeah, I mean, I would fight for still in either one of those Burying Luck or Nights. What are we at, 8 right now?
Yes, I believe so. Here, let me confirm that for you. Where's the move? There it is.
Yeah, we're at 8.
We're at 8, so we need 2 more.
Here we go.
So now it's getting heavy. So now we got to come back to talking about Pantsuit and Drilling. Do they still belong?
Pantsuit's just, it's one of those songs that I have a strong feeling about. Like, I mean, it's gotta be, if it's not there, I mean, it's.
All right, you're pretty adamant about that one.
But I'm not gonna be, my feelings aren't gonna be hurt to drop it either.
Oh no, I understand and I don't disagree. Out of that list, I'm still partial to Planet of Ice, so I would like to see one more of those go through.
Okay.
So and we do have 2 from Menos, but I think Drilling is damn good, minus the Bear song.
Drilling is a damn good minus the Bear song, yeah.
So if you were to ask me again, if there's only 2 spots left, Steel and Blood is hitting the not listed.
I agree. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I tend to agree, but just to be fair, let's give like just a couple seconds to it. I mean, already, it's a rocker.
Mm-hmm.
It does sound like them, though.
Yeah, once they start getting into the lyrics too, it just sounds great.
But again, at this point, we're trying to rope somebody in. Do we think that's going to rope somebody in, or kind of like John said, like if we rope them in with these other 10 songs, they can get there on their own?
Yeah.
I feel like if we rope them in, they can get to Infinity Overhead on their own.
I agree.
So let's lose Steel and Blood. Because how I felt about Minus the Bears, I wanted to keep listening. You know, like I obviously, I mean, it's for this show, but like I listened to it within a week. Like I listened to their entire discography.
Right.
So
what did you think towards the I guess I would say the last 3 albums? Like you heard their sound from the beginning. What was your thoughts after Planet of Ice?
So like I said, when Omni hits, I'm like, I didn't dig it. Like I still had like, I think only 3 made it through my first pass from Omni, but it softened me up for what came after. So the last 2 records, I was like, oh, okay, this is okay now. But like I was really harsh on Omni by the time I got there. Like I was like, no, this ain't it. Nope. Like over and over again. So you know, it is what it is. But
I was in the same boat my first time listening to that album.
I mean, I feel good that at least my experience was common. All right, so we have 2 left here, and I think all 4 of these are excellent. That's what makes this difficult. But at this point, I think Drilling is probably on the outs against these other 3.
Agreed.
If I had to choose, it seems like you're really behind Pantsuit, and I'm not going to fight you. But I would definitely like to see another song from Planet of Ice make it through.
All right, so I'll put it like this: if I was to pick 2, it would be Pantsuit and Nights.
I mean, that works for me. I do love Barry and Luck as a track 1. That super mathy outro to it. But yeah, Nights is a great song.
Yeah, I'm with that too. I think I can live with that and and be okay.
He'll fall on the sword for this one.
That's right.
All right, so Pantsuit and Nights then?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. That gives us 10. Let's lose Bearing Luck into the not listed. And here are our 10. Hey, want to throw up? Get Me Naked. Lemurs, man. Lemurs. Absent Party at the Fly Honey Warehouse. Spritz. I should note that there's a lot of exclamation points in that. That's why I had to exclaim. Pachuca Sunrise. This Ain't a Surfing Movie. Houston. We have Uh-Oh. When We Escape. Pantsuit. Ugh. And Nights. All right, feet to the fire time, Ryan. What's the one?
You know what it's got to be. It's the one that didn't make it, that I thought you'd have on the list. Probably their best song they've ever written. Pachuca Sunrise is where I'd go.
All right, John. The number one with a bullet, in case anybody I explain anytime anybody's new to the show. It gives me an excuse. You have one song to sell somebody on Minus the Bear. And in this case, you're trying to sell the fan of the game, Alfredo Torres, on Minus the Bear with one song to be their representation in the Best of 2020 episode.
Wow.
And it has to be one of these 10.
Yeah. I mean, Pachuca Sunrise is the one. That's I can't argue with that. I'm 100% behind Ryan on that. That's the one I'm pulling out.
Yeah, I'm curious. What would your number 2 be if you had to pick another one?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious for me. I'm curious on your opinion.
I think, man, between this ain't a surfing movie and hey, wanna throw up, get me naked. That's a tough choice. I mean,
yeah, the only other one I would say would be Absinthe Party.
I do, yeah. That one is an all-time great too, and being the first album, I could have picked.
Pachuca is their best.
Yeah, I could have picked that entire Highly Refined Pirates, that entire album, and put it on this list. Just because that was my introduction, and to this day, it's one of my favorites.
Oh, for sure.
All right, well, we've done it. I'm going to go ahead and back you guys on Pachuca because that definitely does sound like them. So Pachuca Sunrise is our number 1 with a bullet. Hey, Wanna Throw Up would have been the one that I would have, the other one I would have backed up because you push play on their first album and okay, this is what they do. Pachuca Sunrise, Hey, Wanna Throw Up, Get Me Naked, Lemurs Man, Lemurs, Absinthe Party at the Fly Honey Warehouse, Spritz Spritz, This Ain't a Surfing Movie, Houston, we have Uh-Oh, When We Escape, Pantsuit, Ugh, and Nights. That is our 10, and like some people like to do, you can yell at us if you don't like our list. That's fine. Best place to do that is the Discord. You don't have the Discord? Ask me for the link. I will give it to you. You join, you yell. It's that simple. It really is. Some people like to yell at us on the Apple Podcast. I don't appreciate that because that usually comes with a 1-star review, which does not help me. If you're going to yell at me for our lists, please give us a 5-star rating. If you have some other reason you don't like the show, then okay, 1 star, I'll take it. But yeah, we're on all the podcast platforms. Subscribe, rate, comment, do all that stuff. Very much would appreciate that. But the best way you can help this show and me specifically, patreon.com/ohhijustin, where you get all sorts of exclusive content and early content. You get early access. And I greatly appreciate anybody who jumps on the Patreon. And thank you for that. I guess that's the best way to wrap that up. Sure. Well, we've done it, gents. And in that case, Minus the Bear. Learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.